Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network, brought to you by New Image Media.
Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. New week, new location. I'm Chris Delambert. I'm joined here to start the show off with the general manager at Crossroads Ford, our host for tonight, William Turner. Mr. Turner, how are you?
Doing great, Chris. How about yourself?
Fantastic, fantastic. Been a long time since we spoke.
Long time, but football is back.
Yeah, and the one thing that sticks out to me from our conversations way back a couple years ago was that you're a huge high school sports fan.
Huge high school sports fan. Yes, sir. Football is my favorite, but I love all high school sports.
All right, very good. Now, I got to admit, I don't get car envy very often. I'm really happy with what I drive, and you got me thinking about trading up.
Well, you came to the right place. Right now is a great time to buy a Ford. We've got the new Mach-E, we've got the new Mach-1, we've got the hybrid F-150. You name it, we've got it. Ford right now has probably the best inventory, every model line. So anybody looking at a new vehicle, please come down and see us, Crossroads Ford, Sanford.
Yeah, you talked about several of the models you've got, but Tim hasn't gotten a shot of the Mach-1 yet. We got to get that at some point. That car's fantastic, but the Mach-E, I want to talk about that.
Yes, sir.
The Mach-E looks like a Mustang sedan, and it's completely electric.
Completely electric, no gas required. Totally new redesign, total new vehicle for Ford. We're going into the electric market. We're trying to go at Tesla. So far, so good. A lot of rave reviews. Looking very, very excited to get them on the road, get them out so people can see them. Come by, see us here at Crossroads Ford. We have one. You can drive it. We can get you one. So great times to be had, especially be a Ford dealer.
Okay, now you say completely electric. Is there a gas backup or anything?
No, sir. 100% completely electric. You got to plug it in. There's nowhere to put gas. No need to go to a gas station. You can plug in here. You can get a plug put to your house. 100% electric.
Okay, so if I came in and bought one tomorrow, is there any special equipment, any special wiring I need to do at the house to facilitate?
No special wiring. You can actually plug this in your house just like you do a vacuum cleaner, TV, anything like that, and get a trickle charge. And we also have charging stations here conveniently located at the dealership, one on both sides of the dealer. That way, if you want to come by, get a full charge, come by, you can get it done here at no charge to the customer.
And it went from the time I pull up to the time I pull out, how long does it take to get a full charge?
Full charge, roughly about 3 hours.
Okay, and that'll carry me how far?
Roughly close to 300 miles, 287 miles, I believe.
287 miles?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I can't lie. I'm blown away by the Mach-E.
I tell you, a lot of the Mustang enthusiasts at first, they were kind of iffy about it, but once they physically seen it, they got into it, started moving around in it, playing with it, things of that nature. Nothing but rave reviews thus far, and Tesla better look out, man. Ford is on the prowl, and we're happy to be in that market. Like I said, not only with the Mach-E, we've also gone with a hybrid F-150 that is partial gas, partial electric, got more horsepower than any F-150 on the road, more towing capacity than any other F-150 on the road. So very, very good time to be a Ford owner or to be a Ford loyalist. I mean, we've got people that all they've driven is Ford trucks, and, you know, it's a great time. Ford is right now with the hybrid F-150, you get more gas mileage than you can with any other truck on the road. And like I said, you don't sacrifice power or anything with the truck. It's still a man's truck. It's not one of those ones where you look at it and say, okay, it's an electric. Is it really a truck? When you get in it, you drive it, I can assure you, you will 100% say, oh, yes, this is definitely a truck.
Okay, I think for most people, it's easy to wrap your mind around. You have petroleum-based vehicles that are 100% that, and then you have 100% electric. But explain hybrid to me.
So hybrid, there's a combination of both. You've got where it's got the gas motor, but it's also got the battery power as well. And it's majority of your driving, of course, is going to be on the gas mode, but you have the capability when you stop, the battery does charge itself, things of that nature, similar to the Mach-E, but you also have the capability of being able to put regular gas in it. It's got the same 3.5 motor that we put in the EcoBoost, but of course it is a power boost, so because it has majority electric components as well.
Fantastic. Fantastic. A lot of these moving out of here so far?
We cannot keep them on the lot.
Woo.
Every power boost we've got one here in stock. Every time we get one, it's one of the first ones to go. We don't even hardly get to advertise them before they're gone. So we do have one here now in case anybody wants to drive one, wants to look at one. Come on down, come see us, come see our team. We've got one here in the showroom. We'll be glad to take it out, let you drive it, and feel what everybody else is feeling with the new Ford F-150 hybrid.
All right, if you're not watching this live, it's Monday about 7:15. And I'm amazed how many people are out walking the lot with your salespeople, how many people are walking in and out. We had to lock the door to keep people coming into the shot in front of here. A lot of traffic over here for good reason. These are some beautiful vehicles. Come out and check out William Turner and the rest of the crew at Crossroads Ford. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you're going to have trouble beating this. These are pretty awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'm Chris Delambert. This is the Zaxby's Coaches Show. We'll be back in just a moment, and I think we're going to give away some awards.
Hi, William Turner, General Manager, Crossroads Ford, Sanford. We're moving metal in March. I know you're thinking madness, but these deals are insane. Like thousands of vehicles in our network. While everyone else is pulling back with the discounts, we're not. Best price, best service, best experience, period. Come see me, the deal maker. Come and get that big town deal with that small town feel right here at Crossroads Ford in Sanford.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Coach, did you get a chance to look at these Mustangs over here?
Yeah, that's some really nice rides behind us.
All right, we're trying to think of some sort of incentive package, man, where, you win a state championship. I'm just saying.
That sounds good to me.
All right, so you guys coming off a big win this week, Harnett Central. Harnett Central, a school coming in preseason. I think observers of the Tri-County 6 thought if there's a team that's going to push Lee County for a conference championship, Harnett Central might be that squad. A lot of great athletes on that team. They just haven't got untracked. And, I looked at that game thinking, well, maybe this is the week. Maybe they get up for it, and they really didn't. But talk about what it took to get past them in such great order. I mean, you guys ran out 38-0, really weren't challenged. But talk about what happened on the field.
Yeah, so I thought defensively we played really, really well. Coach Jacobs and our defensive coaching staff, and obviously the players, did a tremendous job. I think until the last series of the game, there were negative yards on a total offense. So, I was really, really proud of that. They had really good athletes, 3, 4, 5, number 1, a couple of really good linemen. So they do have talent. I think our boys played really well in defense. Offensively, we got off to a slow start, and a couple of penalties got us. And once we finally got going, we put some points on the board.
So I look back, and the stats really kind of tell the tale. South Granville, week 1, was sort of a throwaway because the weather was so bad. The offense, I would venture to say the passing game still probably isn't clicking quite the way you want it to as you get closer and closer to the pro season. But if you look at the numbers, it's getting more efficient, and you're picking up more total yardage, so you're becoming more balanced. If you had to go into the season and say this is the split between between rushing and passing, what kind of percentage would you want?
I think for the most part, the way we run offensively, so many screens and the jet plays kind of, whether you want to call them runs or passes. So I feel like it's a third of each.
Okay.
A third there, a third pass, and a third run. And I think we're fairly balanced right now with that. Total yards is not my biggest overall worry. As better our defense is, really the less yards we can attain. So it's sometimes that's a deceiving stat.
So in those 3 phases, in the run game, the short pass, the screen game, and the passes down the field, where do you think you're the most advanced with the offense right now?
I think screens and jets, we're pretty good at both of them. Run game wise, we still got plenty of room. We got plenty of room to improve in all 3 of those phases. But I think that the screens and our jet play was pretty decent this week. Okay, so this week you guys play an early game. You play Thursday. That's pulled up. Then you come right behind that with a game on Monday, and then the following Friday. So this is kind of unprecedented. You may coach another 20 years without having to play 3 games over the course of 8 days? Yeah.
What are the challenges you face in terms of preparation, keeping these guys healthy, and coming out of this unscathed, hopefully at the end of this, walking straight into the playoffs?
Right. It's definitely going to be different. Practice-wise, we won't be able to go, I guess, as hard in practice as far as full contact and all those things. I think we had a really good practice today, so I'll hear some noise over here to my side. But after a game on Thursday, really we have a very short turnaround to get ready for Monday. Luckily, we already prepared for the team Triton that we will play that Monday, so we have a good idea and a good game plan. We'll just have to reinstall that quickly. And then after we play Monday, we got to do it again for the next week.
I assume there'll be an additional temptation in any of these games if you get a cushion to kind of clear the bench, give some guys a rest. Is that a fair assessment?
I think we usually do a pretty good job of that anyway. But I hope that a lot of guys get to play in every game.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. So if you run the table, you're the champs, period.
Yeah.
Now, coming into this game Thursday night, Triton UP is a big matchup.
Definitely.
And if Triton gets through that, then the following Monday, you guys basically are playing a championship game for the conference. Is that how you think things are going to go, or do you not care?
We can't control that. So, for us, we just got to win on Thursday, and then we'll get worried about Monday at that point. But, as long as we can control what we can control, and if we win every game, we'll be the conference champions.
All right, one last question about this week. We talked about it during the commentary. We've talked about it in previous coaches' show. 3 games so back-to-back-to-back, guys of our age look at that and we're like, oh, man, I don't know if I can put my body through that. I have a feeling, though, that the players kind of hyped for that.
Well, I'm sure they're going to enjoy it. And for them, sometimes practice is harder than the game.
That's kind of what I'm getting
at. So they may enjoy this week more than some other weeks.
Very good. Very good. Anything else worthy of note from this past week?
JV team had another really good win. They're coming up to hopefully win a conference championship on JV. We got 2 more games left with them. They'll play on Wednesday against Western Harnett.
Any names down there on that JV team that we need to pay attention to that we might see pretty soon?
Yeah, I think there's several. Isaiah McKendall's done a lot of really good things on JV. He was here a couple weeks ago. Mark Schlesinger, Logan Walker had a really big week, a couple touchdowns. So those guys are coming soon.
All right, very good. So First Bank is here to give away some hardware. Michelle Bullard, my good friend Michelle Bullard that I've known for a very long time, is here.
Absolutely.
She's here for First Bank. This is the first time on the show, isn't it?
It is. And
Amazing.
I'm very honored to be here.
We're honored to have you here.
Thank you.
So what's going on at First Bank that you'd like to clue us in on? What's new?
We have a wonderful brand new business suite of First at Work accounts that offer businesses a great opportunity to save money. And we also have our First at Work accounts for their employees.
Okay.
It offers free identity theft protection, free cell phone protection. It's an awesome thing. So any businesses out there new in the community that need a bank, we are your community bank.
And that's the First at Work account.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. If anybody's interested, do they need to go online first? Do they need to come see you? How does that work?
They can come see us. I'm at the South Warner branch here, and they can come to the Spring Lane branch. We'd be happy to see you, and in Broadway.
All right, very good. All right, we're going to talk you through the process here as Coach introduces the players, but I promise this is real simple.
Perfect.
Coach, you want to introduce your players of the week?
Definitely. So we got Jaden, number 5, a senior for us. He was the defensive player of the week this week. Jaden both of these guys are veterans of the coach's show. Yeah, they may be able to handle this just as easy as us. Tyreek, number 2 for us, is a junior. He was the offensive player of the week, and he had 3 touchdowns this week. So he made me look good as a play caller.
Tyreek, is it fair to say that you go into every week knowing that defenses have figured out by now that in the passing game, they're gonna concentrate on you, and they know that if they can take you away, that's a big part of slowing down the Lee County offense?
I wouldn't necessarily say slowing down because, we have plenty more options other than me. So, I feel like if you just solely planning your whole defense around me, you really set yourself up, honestly.
Now, you get the ball in a variety of ways. You'll get it in a little pop pass. You get it on a standard reverse. They'll line you up in the backfield on occasion. I don't know if you've gotten in the backfield yet this year or not. But screens, throwing the ball down the field. What's your favorite way to get the ball delivered to you?
Go around. I don't really have a favorite. I just like it all. I don't know. Just having the ball in my hand is just either way I can get it.
All right, if Coach let you coordinate the offense one week, how many touches would you get?
Say all of them.
About 20, 25?
Not enough to count on my hand.
All right, very good. Jaden, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, I want to hear what you think about playing 3 games in 8 days. Does it pose any particular challenge to you guys, or is it just, we'd either be practicing or playing and don't care?
I'm ready for it. It's going to be fun.
All right, very good. How much preparation have you done for Western Harnett so far?
This whole week.
Anything that they do stand out to you? Anything that you haven't seen? Anything that you all have to do any special preparation for? Or are you guys just going to show up and do what you do well, and that'll be enough?
Yeah, we're just going to show up and do what we do. It's nothing crazy, like out of the ordinary. You just got to play defense.
All right, very good. Great game, guys. I'm sure we'll see you back at some point between now and Thanksgiving or whenever. I don't even know when the season ends this year. It's all crazy. But Ms. Bullard has trophies there that are already laid out for you. In addition She's passing to you a $25 Zaxby's gift card.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tyreek, how many of these you got?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
About a dozen?
I don't know.
Plenty of trophies. The gift cards are probably gone.
I hear you. All right.
Definitely good.
Congratulations to both of you guys. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on the other side with the Lee County Scholar Athlete of the Week and Coach Steve Burdeau. We'll see you after these messages.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Pentair, empowering people to move water, improve water, enjoy water, so that people can live their best, healthiest lives. Lives with purpose, lives with enjoyment, lives that flourish, lives with hope. Because at Pentair, we're not just about better water. We're about better life. Pentair, bringing water to life, for life.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Chris Delambert still here with Coach Steve Burdeau. This is one of the favorite times of the week, man. It's when I just get to hang out with you, talk about football.
It's a good time.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Are you getting a chance to look at any college basketball?
Not a whole lot of college basketball, but I am looking at a little bit of the trades going on for the NFL draft. I mean,
What 12-year-old Madden savant is running the Dolphins front office, man?
I'm not sure.
They turn the trade filters off, and they're like, watch this.
It'll be interesting to see how it turns out for them. They've obviously stockpiled. They got a good young team, so it could be interesting for them in 2 years.
All right, to keep it regional, man, what direction do you think the Panthers go in the draft?
I still think they aren't done with the quarterback position. Whether they make a move, hopefully Deshaun Watson, I wouldn't be mad
come
with
on,
that.
that's getting a lot more complicated every day that goes by.
But, whether they try to make a move to move up for one of the young quarterbacks, maybe the 49ers just blocked it by what they did. I think that's what they want to do, but if it's an option, we'll have to see.
Well, this is an interesting year because there's, you've got Trevor Lawrence, it's the odds-on number one. There's nothing going to happen that doesn't keep him from being the number one pick after all. But after that, you got Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, from the kid from North Dakota State. It's going to be interesting to see how teams value those quarterbacks because I don't think anybody has a whole lot of idea what's going to happen with the second, third, fourth, and maybe fifth quarterback coming off the board. And Carolina is kind of in an interesting spot. I think you're right. Everybody sort of positioned themselves to get ahead of Carolina thinking they've got to make a move with a quarterback. The Deshaun Watson thing 3 weeks ago I thought was a done deal. I figured Carolina, no matter what they have to give up, is going to get him. Now, man, I don't know.
Well, after a couple of their free agent signings, I know they want to get a new quarterback, but I wouldn't be against them keeping Bridgewater for another year and then building around him, and then maybe they get a second or third round quarterback and still Jones or somebody like that in that situation.
I've not understood the animosity toward Teddy Bridgewater. When you look at that team this year, there was a team that was really on the cusp of the playoffs without Christian McCaffrey for almost the entire season. A young defense that's gotten a lot better. They've made some great signings on the defensive side of the ball. So I think if they don't do anything and they get into the season with Bridgewater, they're going to be okay.
They should be better, right?
But so we'll see how it shakes out, man.
Right, it'll be interesting.
We'll see how it shakes out. So you're pulling one out of the old golf bag, man. You got your kicker with you today as a scholar athlete. I love it.
Yeah, Kennedy's a two-sport athlete for us. He played soccer, finished strong with that, and he kicked all the way through. And every game we've had, Kennedy seemed like the ball's going a little bit farther. Even the extra points are driving even farther and farther through. Made a field goal this week, and obviously being the scholar athlete part, he's a really, really, really good student. So Kennedy does a lot of things well for us.
Kennedy, anytime I get a kicker on the show, I got to ask first, what's your range? How far can you go?
I practice. The most I've gone is 45 yards.
45?
Yes, sir.
How far do you think Coach trusts you in a game right now?
Maybe around 30 to 35, depends.
About 35 on the outer edge?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I always like to know that because I like to know what's going on in the conversation between you and the coach if it comes down to it and you're in that sort of field goal range. So you're a soccer player too, right?
Yes, sir.
What position do you play?
They have me as a midfield and a striker. So.
Okay. If you could only play one, would you be a soccer player or a football player?
That's very tough.
I mean, it's okay because I'm not gonna try to upset the coach. I promise.
No, but since I've started playing football, I think I would choose football. It's more entertaining and more fun for me.
Do the guys ever give you any grief because you're the kicker, or you just another football player on the Yellow Jacket squad?
No, they know I'm another player on the team. You know, I have a big role on the team also.
All right, very good. So as we move forward, we're worried about football and all that, but as a high school student, you've got other concerns. What do you see the future? How do you see it unfolding for you? What do you plan to do? Obviously, you're doing well in the classroom. What kind of colleges are you looking for? What kind of degree program? What do you see for yourself?
Right now, I have had some camps that I have gone to for soccer. I think I've gotten more attention in soccer than football. So for right now, I think I'm focusing a little bit more on soccer, like education-wise.
Okay.
But if I could get an opportunity in football, I would most definitely take it.
All right, very good.
Yes, sir.
Coach, anything else you want to add?
No, so I definitely trust him at 35. We tried for 37. He smoked it. We barely missed it. So he definitely got plenty of leg from there. So I'm sure at some point, maybe one of the next couple of weeks, we'll get a couple more opportunities. But Kennedy's another great kid as far as works his butt off on the field. You say, do the guys look at him differently? They better not, because when we're out there running, he's going to run with everybody. It's not like he's looking for ways to get out of stuff. Kennedy works his butt off. So that's proud of him. That's why he's here.
All right, very good. Carson Lanier is here from Farm Bureau to present the trophy. I have a question for you, Mr. Lanier.
What's up?
I think that a regional celebrity field goal kicking competition would be fantastic to raise some money for the Yellow Jacket program. I'm just saying.
I think that would be something that we could swing potentially.
All right. I have a feeling I know a facility we could use. And,
we got one of those.
You're a resourceful young man, so.
I know a few people.
All right, very good. Yes. What's going on with Farm Bureau?
Man, I tell you what, just a little bit of everything. It's great weather right now. These trucks just remind me about this time of year. RVs, boats, come get you an F-150. They're fun. I have one myself. And come check us out at Farm Bureau. We've got some of the best RV boat rates you can get. It's a great time of year.
And he's telling the truth, because I followed him in here and knew who it was, because your name's across the back of the window. So
we like it. We like it.
All right, very good. Once again, the trophy and a $25 gift card from Zaxby's.
Zaxby's, thank you again. $25.
Thank you,
Enjoy
sir.
it. And congratulations again. Keep up the hard work.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great weekend.
You too, sir.
All right, good luck this weekend. Coach, Mr. Hernandez, I love it.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll be watching from afar. Actually, no, we'll be at Charles' game this week, won't we?
I think Monday too, right?
We'll be there. Man, can I ride with you? Yeah. All right, this is the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris Delambert. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Union Pines, I believe.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Pentair, empowering people to move water, improve water, enjoy water, so that people can live their best, healthiest lives. Lives with purpose. Lives with enjoyment. Lives that flourish. Lives with hope. Because at Pentair, we're not just about better water. We're about better life. Pentair, bringing water to life, for life.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, joined by a big chunk of the Union Pines coaching staff. Head coach Lonnie Cox on the far end and offensive coordinator Ryan Giggy making his debut. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Fantastic. I'm glad you're here, too, because I want to know for certain which one of y'all suggested or decided we're going to run out of the I formation.
That was definitely Coach Giggy. Listen, I got a joke for a minute, Chris. He coaches my wide receivers, but he literally screams at me every, run the football, run the football. And we were having some trouble the previous week with our exchanges, and Coach Giggy said, man, why don't we just get in the I and run our same stuff?
That's it. Yeah, I'm probably one of the only wide receiver coaches in the United States that would prefer to run the football, but I'm okay with it as long as we can come out on top and everybody plays well and we're healthy. So absolutely, I want to pound the rock, whether we're doing it under center or from the gun or the pistol or whatever we're running.
Well, I want to give you guys kudos because a lot of times we see spread offenses, and they'll come into a game and you can tell that they game plan and said we're gonna set up the pass with the run, we're gonna run the ball, and they run the ball for the first series and then they scrap it and we never see it again. You guys went in and out of the I formation all week, and it crosses up in the booth, and we thought, well, maybe they're just giving something different to look at, but you guys just did it effectively. Keshawn Davis got his yards early. Ross Shaper came and relieved him later on. I was impressed with you guys and the ability, one, to block it up, and two, just the efficiency with which you guys were able to run the ball. And how much do you think that loosened up the defense and created lanes in the passing game?
Well, we were very intentional all week about improving our run game. That's an area where we've struggled early on this season, and we said as a coaching staff, we're going to come out and we are going to run the ball all week in practice. Because if we can run the ball, that's going to open up the pass. And we paired that well with the I formation, moving our backs from the gun to the pistol, keeping it downhill. And we said we're coming downhill at the point of attack every single play, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to get good at it. And then, as you probably remember, we had a couple of nice plays through the air as well, and it's because I think Southern Lee had to respect that running game, and once we knew that we had what we wanted on the perimeter, we could take a shot or two, and that helped us sustain drives.
So throughout the season up to this point, I think the run game had been lagging behind everything with the offense. Obviously, we saw gains in the run game this week, and you committed to it. But what, from a technical standpoint, do you think got better? Was it the formation? Was it the way that it was blocked up? Was it the backs getting the reps? What part was it that you think contributed to the success that you had? Because that's a pretty good Southern Lee defense that you guys ran the ball on.
I think it's a combination of things. I think, number one, our running backs felt very comfortable being stacked up behind the quarterback and the pistol. I think by going pistol, you go downhill immediately, and you're able to see the point of attack open up and know which lane to cut back to, whether it be play side or backside. But I also think Coach Moon, our offensive line coach, has done a tremendous job of repping our offensive line, and Coach Cox does a good job of that as well when we come into team, and we're all able to put eyes on every moving piece of the offense. And our kids just looked a lot more comfortable, and I think the reps have really started to gel, and I think we're going to be able to build on that momentum, and we're appreciative of the opportunity to compete against a really well-coached and good young Southern Lee team, and I think that really is going to give us a lot of confidence moving forward as we finish out the conference season.
Okay, as you guys move into Thursday night, you have a Thursday night game, so that tweaks your week a little bit. Is there any difficulty added when you're playing on Thursday as opposed to Friday in terms of rhythm and what you're accustomed to?
I think so. So I don't know if the news is broke yet, but our JV's playing tomorrow night at Triton. And so we're used to running things when we have our whole staff together, and we're lucky to have a bigger staff. But tomorrow night, more than half of those guys are going to be at the JV game, and so it's going to be me, Coach Giggy, Coach Truesdale, Coach Patterson, Coach Burgess, all of us staying back to work with the varsity. And so we're really going to have to come up with a really good plan for tomorrow, how we want to run that practice, because, I'll say this, Coach McClure made some great adjustments Friday night at Southern Lee. They came out in a three-man front. That's something that we saw on film. He immediately jumped back into a four-man front, and that's not something we had repped. And whereas we're used to fanning on an outside linebacker in a three-man front, you have to block down in a four-man front, and that caused some confusion for our kids. And so, they did something really well. They made a great adjustment. That's going to force us this week to have to prepare for another four-man type look that Triton may give us because Southern Lee was effective with it.
Now, for anybody that doesn't know, you guys got out of 40-7 was the final score. Am I correct? And that might sound like it went a certain kind of way, but there's no doubt that for most of that ball game, you guys were in a dogfight. I thought that it was two evenly matched teams in terms of athletes, and I think when it all came down to it, you guys out-schemed them and out-executed, took advantage of the breaks that you were given. Mod Jones is here, Mad Dog is here. And he's going to take on some hardware, but he made two huge plays, a pick six and one that was almost a pick six at the end of the game that sort of pumped the score up a little bit. But that game was really in question until well into the third quarter, and I kept expecting Southern Lee to make a play and get back in it, and they just weren't able to execute. Part of that, was bad luck on their side, but on your side, your defense played the lights out.
Well, I'll say this too, and I think Coach McClure would agree with me saying this, but we were very, very fortunate in Moore County schools. We've been on a B-Day schedule for the whole year, and we've been able to get a lot of our guys in the weight room. And I think the biggest difference in that game Friday night was just strength. And, I'll say this. I think Coach McClure has done the absolute best job with the situation that he has, and he just hasn't been able to get his guys in the weight room like we have, and those are things that are out of his control. I think that would have been even a closer ball game had he been able to get his guys in the weight room the whole year. Football games are won in the weight room, and we can sit here and talk about scheme all you want to, but if you're not strong in the trenches, then it's going to make a big difference in the game.
All right, very good. Coming out of that, you guys wanted to run the ball, and you did. You were able to get the passing game going a little bit, not the wide-open style that we're accustomed to with a Lonnie Cox coached offense. But what did you walk away from that game thinking that's something we definitely need to focus on in terms of working to get ready for Thursday night against Triton?
I would say that what we took away from was the fact that our kids feel and looked much more confident, and we want to build on that confidence. And if that means that we're going to come out and we want to maintain the possession, shorten the ball game, keep the defense off by moving the sticks with prolonged drives, by dinking and dunking as a complement to the run game, then that's what we're going to do. If that's the team we have to be successful, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to do whatever it takes for this team to achieve its ultimate goal.
All right, from week 1 and week 2, the ball was focused. It was obvious your focus was trying to get the ball to number 44 Jones and to number 14 Biggs. Teams obviously are key in trying to take that away. What kind of differences in coverage are you seeing from then to now, if any?
I would say teams are going to do what they do. The well-coached teams have a philosophy, they have a scheme that they want to get good at, and that's all they're going to do. They're going to be committed to it. Now, obviously, they're going to spotlight the playmakers of the other team and try to find a way to neutralize them, but they're going to do that within their own scheme. I think what we're doing a good job of is moving our pieces around to some different spots to force teams to identify them and see what they're going to do out of these different positions. And, I'm sure you noticed that 14, Ethan Biggs, was playing in a slot position the past 2 games versus a perimeter position. We're doing that on purpose. We want to see how teams are going to react to him being lined up in the slot. We want to know how they're going to align to my man Mad Dog Jones if he's on the perimeter or inside as well, so we can get the best matchup.
All right, with Biggs in particular, being a freshman, I assume that there's some learning curve with him too. And it seems like in each game you've lined him up in one particular spot more than others. Is that because he's still trying to absorb the entire offense and you don't want to put too much on him?
I don't think it's that. Ethan does a phenomenal job of picking up on our scheme, and we do a good job of saying these are the few things we want to get really good at this week. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's more about where do we think he can best contribute week to week. Some weeks it might be from a slot position, other weeks it might be on the perimeter, and part of that's a personnel matchup as well. We want to know who he matches up with the best and out of which position.
All right, very good. Now, as you introduce the players of the week, I want to preface it by saying that there are football coaches out there who are a little relieved when you guys drop back to pass and Biggs doesn't get the ball because he's so fast. But I promise you that there are some cornerbacks and safeties that are not happy when they see that number 44's got the ball in his hands because Ahmad Jones brings the lumber. Now, he's here as the defensive player of the week, but in the passing game, having somebody who's basically a power back that can catch the ball and just drop a helmet on somebody, what kind of luxury is that?
I think it's tremendous. I mean, Ahmad does a great job of being very technical. And for a kid his size technique is going to be everything, because when you win with technique and you've got size, you're now playing basketball on grass. And once he gets the ball in his hands, it's hard for guys to bring him down. Those secondary players are typically space guys. They don't like to come in and make open field tackles. And when they've got to tackle a guy who's built like Ahmad, I mean, that's adding another dimension to the game that they're not necessarily prepared for or comfortable with. So anytime we can get it out to him in space, we want to do that as well. And he's made some great plays to complement what Ethan's also done, and we're really proud of him.
Chris, going back to the weight room, and I mean, like I said, we've been really, really blessed in Moore County, Pinecrest, and Northmore to be able to have our kids in the weight room. Other school districts like Lee County Schools hasn't had that luxury, but I mean, Ahmad put on 20 pounds of good weight in the fall because he worked so hard in the weight room, made a bunch of strength gains, and it's a difference.
Well, it is a difference because I put on 20 pounds of bad weight in the fall. So, I was trying, but I just didn't get it right. So, which one of you guys wants to introduce the players of the week that you've brought with you here tonight?
I'll let Coach Giggy take Mad Dog Jones, and I'll take my boy Keyshawn.
All right, so Ahmad Mad Dog Jones, I gave him that nickname at practice because I told him he had to fire out like a mad dog with rabies, and he finally did. He had 2 interceptions in the game against Southern Lee, one of which was returned all the way to the house for a touchdown. Another almost went. And those were really big momentum plays, and we were so thrilled to see him make those on the defensive side.
They were. The first of those was sort of the nail in the coffin. But I gotta admit that watching you play on offense and the way you play the game, you were so sudden into your breaks on those balls. I mean, did you see it all the way? Was the quarterback staring that down? And I mean, you just like a flash got it?
Yeah, he was staring them down when he tried to throw the ball to him. So I just pursued to the ball we do in practice.
How much different is it on defense to catch the ball when you're running toward the ball versus when you're in the offense, and that's generally, you're catching it going away from you or from a different angle? Is there any difference? Do you have to think about that, or you just catch the football?
I just do what I always do. I catch the ball all the time. So it's nothing new.
On the first of the interception returns, when you got tackled about the 3-yard line, if I'm not mistaken, did you think you were gone? Did you think you had that?
Yeah.
Did it play a difference on the next one? Did you run a little bit harder, thinking I'm gonna get to the end zone?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Coach.
Keyshawn Davis, when I found out, so I don't know exactly what his diagnosis is yet. When our trainer initially looked at him, they thought he might have a torn ACL, but he's since been to the doctor, and they've told him that's probably not the case. But it breaks my heart that this young man's season is going to end so early. Keyshawn is just one of those young men who, no matter what you ask him to do, he's going to do it, and he just does everything right. Down to the way he walks, he does everything right. He's got great character. He's got over a 4.0 in the classroom, and just a phenomenal asset, and is the face of what we're trying to do at Union Pines High School as a whole. Keyshawn is just a super man. Rushed 19 times for 89 yards Friday night. We actually had more rushing yards this week than we had passing yards, and big credit to our offensive line with that. When we went back and looked, they averaged over 5 yards a carry. But Keyshawn was our leading rusher, and like Coach Giggy all week said, we got to run the football. So our offensive line, our offensive player of the week this week definitely had to be a running back, and we thought Keys deserved it, especially considering that he may have played his last game as a Viking.
Keyshawn, as you go through this process, obviously we all hope you're able to get back out on the field. But as you go through this process, not knowing what the future holds, how hard is that to deal with?
It's pretty hard knowing it could be my last game of my senior season. But I'm happy. I got to play with all my teammates and all my friends and stuff. So I'm always having fun.
All right, very good. So college is coming up. What does that look for? Like you, you're plus 4.0 in the classroom.
Oh, yes.
What do you plan to study? Do you try to go play some ball somewhere?
If I could play ball, it'd be a huge blessing. But I'm going to East Carolina for physical therapy.
Okay, fantastic. Coach, anything either you guys would like to add?
It's just been, these two young men. They're one of the first two I met when I got to Union Pines. And they've just been a huge blessing on my life. And I always tell people that they always find a way to teach me more than I could ever teach them. And it's just been a tremendous opportunity to to coach at Union Pines High School and to get to coach great young men like this.
All right, very good. Miss Bullard, you're back?
Yes,
You never really left, though.
never left.
All right, would you like to do the honors, or would you like to talk some more about First Bank and the programs you guys got available? It's up to you entirely.
Well, I would just like everybody to know that we are the largest community bank here in North Carolina, and I'm very proud to work for First Bank. So if you have any needs, any banking needs whatsoever, please come see us. We have 3 locations here in Sanford and Broadway, off of here on
Spring Lane.
Yes.
Spring Lane
and here on South Horner.
And South Horner, yes.
So we would love to see you, and we're opening more and more branches all over North Carolina. We just opened a huge branch in Raleigh today.
That's fantastic, fantastic. All right, again, the hardware
Yes.
and the $25 gift cards from Zaxby's.
Absolutely. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you know what? You take care. Good job.
All right, congratulations, guys. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the Union Pine Scholar Athlete. I'm Chris Delambert. This is the Zaxby's Coaches Show.
North Carolina Farm Bureau, proud supporter of Lee County Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Farm Bureau can help you and your family with all your auto and home insurance needs.
Farm Bureau has life insurance and financial services to meet all your needs, now and in the future.
Farm Bureau Tramway Office is proud to award the Farm Bureau Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
All right, as I watch the ads roll in, I got to send a shout out to my buddy Hector Perez. This is the first time we've opened a show without Hector in years. I can't even remember the last time. Hector Perez, the regional marketing director for Zaxby's, usually is in the first segment with me, but couldn't make it tonight. And we miss you, Hector. Hope everything is going well. And if everything goes right, we'll see you again next week. All right, Coach, we're back with your student or scholar athlete of the week. But before we do that, I want to ask you real quick. We've been kind of coming up with unnecessary titles and names for the games that you're playing each week. You came in a compressed schedule. You're only going to play 7 games, 5 games in conference. You guys this week are taking on Triton. Here's the bottom line. If Triton beats you guys, they play Lee County on Monday night for the championship. If you guys beat Triton, that throws a monkey wrench into everything, and all kinds of stuff could happen from that point. I don't even need to ask, but go ahead and tell me that you're not paying any attention at all to that.
It's real simple for us. Win, and we're going back to the playoffs for the second year in a row, or lose, and we're just playing for a winning season. And it's really just that simple. But like I've told you every week, our goal is to go 1-0 every week. I said last week for the next 3 weeks. Now we're down to 2 weeks. We're just focusing on the most important game for us. It's the next one.
All right, Triton, what are they going to throw at you?
Well, Coach Penny does a really good job. Triton's transitioned from an under center wing T type offense to more of a spinner shotgun type wing T, and their quarterback JP Petletty, he's really a threat as a runner, and I think that's kind of why they've gone more to this system. But they got 3 running backs who run really hard. They are who they are defensively. They always seem to have some of the best defensive linemen in the conference, and they always pose some problems for you. But just like I said last week with Southern Lee, we know that we're going to have a hard physical battle, and we're just looking forward to a great game on Thursday night.
Yeah, you talked about the quarterback out there. I think if play stopped today and we didn't play another conference game, I think Triton has the quarterback that would be the starter on the all-conference team. If you can stop him, you're probably going to have a good night. If you don't, it could be a really frustrating night for you.
Well, and anytime you play a wing T team, and I'm sure you hear Coach Patterson slamming his fist on the table, or Coach Truesdale, or any of our defensive coaches, but you have to play BCR against Triton. I mean, you have to play bootleg counter reverse, and the 1 second you don't play your assignment against that type of offense, they can run a counter sally against you, and they're going to the house. And so it's going to be really, really important this week to play assignment football, to read their guards, and just stay focused on our keys.
So the wing T's been around a lot longer than the spread, but so few teams run the wing T anymore that it's got to be difficult to prepare for. What do you do to get good practice reps for your defense? Do you have a scout team that runs that? How do you do it?
It's really, really difficult. I think I heard Coach McClure kind of say this when they were playing Triton, but it's so hard for you to simulate what Triton does offensively because nobody else in our conference does it. And, certainly that's an advantage for them in this conference, just like I said, because nobody else does it. But you just kind of do the best you can. For us, we kind of pay more attention to what the wings do. If the wing blocks down, we know they're probably running some type of buck sweep, and so we just got to collision that guard as soon as he comes out and force Triton to run the football back inside.
All right, very good. Your Scholar Athlete of the Week.
So Andrew McCormack, he's a senior, got a full scholarship offer early this season from Wingate University. He's already committed. Andrew means a lot to me. His dad is our principal at Union Pines High School. I met Andrew when he was a little boy, when he was 8, 9 years old. He's about that high. Was a really good football player back then, and coached the little youth team. He and his teammates ended up going 7-0 that season, won a championship. And then, just having that relationship with Mr. McCormack and his wife, Miss Wendy, everything just kind of happens for a reason. I really believe that everything happens for a reason. And I come up here to Southern Lee. Coach Quinn, who's a very good friend of mine, goes and takes a job at Westwood down in South Carolina, and his dad calls me and wants me to interview, and end up getting a job. And life just really comes full circle, and it's been a tremendous blessing to me to be able to coach Andrew as a little boy at 8, 9 years old, and to be able to coach him his senior year. He's worked tremendously hard. Andrew's a great student. I'll tell you this, Chris. This is when he signed, this was the big story. His dad got sick with cancer this past year, and he and his dad are really close. And I saw him kind of go down, but it even pushed him even harder to go harder, to work harder in the weight room, because he knew that his dad would be really proud of him if he got a scholarship. And Andrew went and earned that, and that's something that I'm very proud of him for. And I think it's a testament to what kind of character he has and the fighter that he is.
All right, very good. Andrew, what do you plan to study at Wingate?
Nursing.
Nursing? Mm. Very good. Where's that come from? I mean, is that something you've wanted to do for a long time?
Yeah, I've always just been interested in the medical field. I always found it cool, and it just seems like something I can do.
Okay, very good. Do you have any plans to play football there?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. So what do you think your position at the next level is?
Probably going to be guard, since they normally take their tackles more taller and leaner, and I'm more of a shorter, stocky, more athletic type, pulling guard, down blocking.
So how similar? I'm not familiar with what Wingate runs. What kind of offense do they run there?
They run outside zone.
Okay.
So a lot of reaching, down blocking. Yeah, just something that's designed for a type like me.
Well, fantastic, man. That's all good news. Is there anything you'd like to tell the world?
No. Have fun.
Yes, sir.
Carson Lanier, you're back.
Yes, sir.
The floor is yours, sir.
I'm glad to be here. First of all, congratulations. Wingate's a great school. I played college golf in that same conference. It's a good time. Again, with Farm Bureau, looking at all these different vehicles in this room reminds us, kind of like us, I think some people just think we're a farm insurance company. We can do it all: home, auto, life, health, you name it. Mustang, electric, SUV, F-150, Ford, Farm Bureau, come see us.
So you're saying that if I take this Mustang home with me tonight, you can have a policy done before I get out the door?
Before you get out the door.
Fantastic. Fantastic. If you'll do the honors, please, sir.
Absolutely. Zaxby's again, thank you. Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you.
Not only for being a good football player, but also a scholar, man. 2-2, it's a big deal. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, very good. This is Zaxby's Coaches Show. We got one segment left. We'll be back with Southern Lee on the other side of the break.
North Carolina Farm Bureau, proud supporter of Lee County Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Farm Bureau can help you and your family with all your auto and home insurance needs.
Farm Bureau has life insurance and financial services to meet all your needs, now and in the future.
Farm Bureau Tramway Office is proud to award the Farm Bureau Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, joined by Coach Mike McClure of the Southern League Cavaliers. Coach, tough loss on Friday.
Yeah.
I've been telling people all week, though, or all weekend, the score wasn't indicative of what went on the football field.
No.
I think that your guys accounted well for themselves. Things kind of got out of hand in the fourth quarter. But, we said during the telecast, your guys are going to fight till the final gun, and I think they did. Talk about things that you take from that game that went well.
Well, like we say, we were able to make adjustments on the fly defensively. They came out in something that we didn't expect. Like I said, defensively as well, we tackled better than we did the week before. Week before we had like 36 missed tackles. This week we probably had only like 3 or 4 missed tackles, which major improvement that kept us into the game as much as it did. So it was some positive, and the biggest thing is as always, our kids didn't quit. And that's all we can ask for them at the end of the day. It's not quit.
Yeah. So you took a big L in week 1, came back, you guys bounced back and won a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do as a coaching staff to kind of try to get the same kind of result this week coming off of this loss?
Well, the biggest thing is to let the kids know that it's about understanding why you lost, understanding getting it, things happen for a reason. And then just learning from it. I mean, the biggest teacher is experience. So us experiencing these losses, it may sound crazy, but they're necessary. They're necessary for us being a young team, being in the spot that we're in. It'll be necessary versus if we come in and we just win, and then we never lost. No character was ever built for us. So, like I said, we're laying the foundation now for plenty of success to come in the end. So we just tell our guys, we just got to finish strong. We want to build momentum going into the summer, quick turnaround of playing in the fall, and that's all we can ask for them.
All right, so you're playing a Harnett Central team that is like a hurt dog. They're dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things have not gone the way anybody associated with that program or any observer of the Tri-County 6 thought it would for Harnett Central. But that doesn't change the fact that they've got big, strong, fast athletes that can hurt you quickly on both sides of the football. Anything in particular jump out at you from Harnett Central that you need a game plan for, or do you just need to do what you do well?
Well, obviously we got a game plan for the quarterback, and he's got that wide receiver, the big kid at
Jaden Bryant, number 4,
as well, who's a go-to target for him. So we just got to control those 2 guys. And number 5, if you give him some wiggle room and give him some space, he can hurt you as well. And up front, I mean they're solid up front. They're solid up front as well. So we just got to make sure that we take care of the up front and then take care of those guys in the skill position, and then we should be fine.
Gotcha. So from an offensive standpoint, I think defense still ahead of the offense. Defense flying around to the ball, especially in the first half last week. Played really well, especially when they got backed up a couple of times. Offense couldn't stay on the field. The defense continues to grow. The offense is you're in the lab. We saw some different things out of you guys. Saw a little bit of eye from you guys this week too. Is job one still trying to establish some consistency on offense?
It is. We're trying to find something that we can hang our hat on offensively. That's the biggest thing. We don't have a go-to right now offensively, and it's kind of hurting us, putting us in a tough spot. But like I say, we're just going to keep working into that, and then hopefully we find something that clicks within these next 2 weeks that we can carry over to the summer.
Very good. And you say carry over to the summer, man. It's going to be fast.
It is.
Quick turnaround. How long of a break from the final gun of the ball game 2 weeks from now, and you really getting serious about next season, what's the turnaround time? I mean, is it the next Monday you guys are back at it?
Well, one thing, we're not going to count ourselves out of the playoffs yet. I mean, it's been a crazy year, so anything can happen. We ain't going to count ourselves out of the playoffs. We still going to play all the way to the end of the season. But then, a week off, and then we're right back at it.
Very good. Very good. In year 2, what kind of things do you think you'll have the opportunity to do that you didn't necessarily coming in with everything being messed up this season with COVID and everything else?
Obviously, get in the weight room. That's number one. Get in the weight room. A lot of these guys are going to go run track. They're going to go wrestle. They're going to go play baseball. They're going to go do other sports. And mainly, biggest focus is by them running track and wrestling. Hopefully, wrestling will give them some meanness and some dog in them. And then, running track will help with their speed. So that's the biggest thing. And then once we get in the weight room, then we'll be a completely different team.
Well, I tell you, you got no shortage of young men that can run out there. If you can tack 15, 20 pounds on a handful of them, be something special. All right, Coach, we've got your players of the week with us. What can you say about these young men?
So offensively, we have Jeremiah Freeman. He plays receiver. Now, he only had one catch, but I can say the reason why he's up here is because he blocks. He's one of our receivers. You put him on the edge and you want to run outside with him, he's going to block you. He's going to drag you. He's going to take you to the sideline. And that's one of the biggest reasons why he's up here tonight is because of his effort. And defensively, we got Cam Jackson. Cam has been up here before. He's one of the guys who we can move him to strong safety. We can move him down in the box. He's kind of like that hybrid player, kind of like similar to Jamal Adams, where you can do a lot of different things with him. I can blitz him, and he flew around on special teams. So this is who we have up here for us tonight.
All right, Cam, I want to talk to you first. We see you move around the field a lot. If you were going to line up in one position, where do you think you play your best football from? Is it with everything in front of you playing back in the secondary, or being up in the box?
I prefer being up in the box because I get a lot more action in there in the backfield. I mean, I like both of them. I like both of them just equal, but I'd rather be in the box more, in my opinion.
All right, very good. And Mr. Freeman.
Yes, sir.
Tough week for the offense. At the receiver spot, Coach gives you a heck of a compliment because receivers that block are hard to come by sometimes. But what do you think your best route is in the offense?
My best route?
Yep.
A go.
What's that?
A go route.
Okay, very good. That's not surprising, man. That's what every receiver.
When I run a go, even if you on me, I feel like my athletic ability, I can jump over you and still get the ball.
Okay, Josh Stone sat in that seat last week and said he was the fastest receiver on the team. Was he wrong?
I mean, it don't. It's like a tie.
Okay, all right, fair enough. If you got two guys that are that fast, that's a good thing. Coach, anything you'd like to add about these young men?
Like I said, they come to work every day. We never got to question their work ethic, what they're going to give us. They come in, they ready to work, they listen, they're students of the game, and just happy to have them part of the team.
All right, guys, either one of y'all can answer this, but what is Harnett Central, what do they have in store? What are you guys going to bring to the table this week if you were going to tell people on the street why they should tune into this game? What are they looking for from Southern League?
I feel like from an offensive standpoint, they can look forward to more receptions from all receivers across the board. Everybody's getting more chances to get the ball in their hands and see what they can do from an offensive standpoint.
All right, very good. The defense, you guys still going to bring it, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bullard, would you like to do the honors?
I would absolutely love to. Congratulations, you guys, and good luck to you.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you.
And thanks, as always, to our partners at First Bank. Without your guys' support, we couldn't do what we do, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Any last words about First Bank before we go?
Just come see us for all your banking needs.
Very good. All right, we'll take one last break, and we'll be back with the Southern League Scholar Athlete of the Week. This is the Zaxby's Coaches Show. See you in just a moment.
Hi, William Turner, General Manager, Crossroads Ford, Sanford. We're moving metal in March. I know you're thinking madness, but these deals are insane. Like thousands of vehicles in our network. While everyone else is pulling back with the discounts, we're not. Best price, best service, best experience, period. Come see me. the deal maker. Come and get that big town deal with that small town feel right here at Crossroads Ford in Sanford.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. We got one last round of awards. This time, the Southern League Cavalier Scholar Athlete of the Week, Coach McClure.
Right.
Tell us about this young man.
Scholar Athlete of the Week is Amon Pearson. He's a freshman. Now, Amon, he started out at wide receiver, and then he made the transition just last week to free safety and ended up starting at free safety for us against Union Pines. So I think that speaks of his smarts and his academic ability to be able to grasp what we're doing defensively, having played offensively the entire time. And he came in and didn't miss a beat. Defensively came in, made some plays. And so we just happy to have him up here. He had a A on the roll for the first semester, and he's continuing with that into the second semester. So.
All right, Amon, 1 year on the honor roll. That's a start, man. You got 3 more of those to go. So you got your first taste of varsity defense this week. If you were given your druthers, which would you prefer? You want to get hit or be the one that hits?
Be the one that hits. Takes out a lot of anger.
You found yourself a DB coach. I like that. So what was the biggest challenge making the transition, over the course of a week to play on defense?
It was just learning the stuff that I wasn't there for, and then being able to adapt to the new stuff that we didn't go over.
So this past week, Union Pines near the end of the ball game made 2 big interceptions and went the other way. You guys, a couple of times back there in the defensive backfield, had balls that you almost picked. What does it feel like as a unit when you know you were that close, man? You were in the right spot and you just weren't able to bring it in.
I mean, it's a bummer because you when you think about it, it's like you don't always get to see what's going on at the end. And, to see Union Pines take a pick to the house is just I could have done the same.
Well, you guys played against as good a pass offense as you're going to see this year. That Union Pines team, you guys kept them in check. They sort of switched things up and ran the ball. How surprising was it to you to see them come line up with 2 backs in the backfield and run the ball up the middle?
It wasn't nothing to me. If I seen it, I met them.
Just find the ball, hit the ball, right?
Yeah.
I like it. So you're a long way from graduation. It's a particular honor for a freshman to be recognized as a scholar athlete. As you look beyond football to college, what kind of things interest you as to what you might do as a professional later on in life?
I feel like the way I am, I feel like I can see myself in the future, see where I can make myself be at. I feel like I can make myself go into the college, play college ball. I feel like I can get myself to be in the NFL.
I love it. Carson Lanier, best golfer in Lee County. What do you got, sir?
Some people say it, but I don't know. I think just like Amon. In life in general, you got to learn to adapt. Insurance is no different. Things change every day. Come give us a check out at Farm Bureau because we can adapt. If you got a need, an issue, we can handle it, just like Amon.
I mean, you might be able to bring him into a sales meeting, give that pep talk. Hey, I know I can do it. I can make myself be the best.
Exactly.
I like it. I've got new life tomorrow. I'm taking on life with a newfound vigor. Guys, big game for y'all this weekend. Good luck to you. This Harnett Central team, things have not gone as expected for them. Coach, I know you came in new to the conference, but I can assure you that coming out of last year with all the talent they were returning, most of us expected them to be at the top of the doggone standings. They're not, and it'd be a great win if you guys can pick them off. I know you guys will be out there fighting. We'll be pulling for you. All of Lee County will, so best of luck.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to add before we roll out of here?
No, just don't count us out. I mean, a lot of people may want to count us out around here, but, we're a young team. Just don't count us out. Like my guys are going to fight. We're going to coach them hard, and just, continue to support.
Well, I promise you that there are people out there that are going to look at scores, look at records, and they're going to have to say what they say. But I assure you that anybody who's watched your guys play for 5 minutes or spent 30 seconds in a room with you isn't giving up on you guys at all. You guys do your thing. Carson, it's been great. Thank you to Farm Bureau and all of our sponsors for what they do. Amon, congratulations. And you guys, hey, get it back this week, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, this has been the Zaxby's Coaches Show. You can stay tuned. Immediately after we follow, there'll come a break, and then you'll see a replay of the Southern Lee Union Pines game from this past week. We'll be on hand Thursday night at Lee County as they host Western Harnett. That's going to be a ball game. I'm really excited about it. We'll see you next week if we don't see you before then. I'm Chris Delambert. Peace.
The Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network. Brought to you by New Image Media.